Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the gymnasium here at Milford High School. As Milford TV is set to bring you this presentation of boys high school basketball tonight, it is the Milford Scarlet Hawks taking on the visiting Foxboro Warriors. I am Tim Coet on the call for this evening's game. This is the second half of doubleheader action here at Milford High School tonight. We just saw a very exciting ball game take place between the varsity girls basketball teams of both of these schools. It was a game that the Foxboro Lady Warriors were able to come out on top, but a strong showing from the Milford girls. So the Milford boys hoping for a similar result, a strong performance for themselves. They are certainly in need of a win at the bottom of the Davenport Division standings right now with an overall record of 2-14, 1-11 in league play. The Foxboro Warriors, on the other hand, currently in second place position in the Davenport with a record of 8-5 overall on the season. So another opportunity for this young Milford team and their first-year head coach to come through with a victory on the home floor. A good ball game coming up next. We will have the opening tip when we return here on Milford TV. And we bring you right back inside the Milford Gymnasium as we are set for game time. It is senior night here at Milford High School. We had a ceremony to honor the senior girls prior to their game earlier this evening, and now a ceremony to honor the seniors on this boys varsity squad as well, also acknowledging the seniors for Foxboro and the senior captain of the cheerleading squad as Milford controls the opening tip as this game is now underway. Dwight Anderson, of course, will receive special attention from this Foxboro defense, but a quick three spotted up by Brian Kibbe opens the scoring. Starters for Milford: Sean Arquilano, Zach Tamani, Dwight Anderson, Brian Kibbe, and Alex Croto. For Foxboro, it's Alex Dubrow, Derek Gilreath, Jonathan Carnino, Mark Clegg, and Rob Lowy. Milford under the direction of first-year head coach Paul Seaver. Foxboro's head coach is John Gibbs. Less than 60 seconds into this first quarter. Now it's Foxboro who puts up a three-pointer, no good. And controlling the rebound is Alex Croto. Foxboro commits the foul. Now Arquilano comes back to inbound. Quickly up the floor, here's Croto. The pass ahead to Anderson, he passes up the three. And now resetting is Tamani. As I mentioned in the open, just 2 wins on this season so far for this Milford boys team, and currently in a very tough stretch. They have not won a basketball game since all the way back on December 28th. They went 0 for the month of January, losing their most recent game to Franklin by a final of 74-46. Here's Kibbe again, the shot off the mark. The rebound pulled down by the lanky frame of Rob Lowy. Certainly a tall presence to have inside for the visiting Foxboro Warriors, and right on cue, Lowy sinks the bucket. The first points of the night for Foxboro. Quick pass up ahead to Arquilano, and he gets the layup. And it is a loud crowd here early in this Milford Gymnasium. A lot of these fans were here for the girls' game. They've hung around. Now another quick pass inside to Arquilano. He connects again. Back-to-back buckets for Sean Arquilano. And Foxboro is going to call an early timeout, back on their heels here as Milford has opened up on a 7-2 run to take an early lead, still in the very early stages. And as the cheerleaders come out to provide some timeout entertainment for the crowd. Again, mentioned this losing streak for Milford. It began back on January 2nd against Canton. And points have just been at a premium at times for Milford, so getting the offense rolling here in these early minutes is certainly going to go a long way for the confidence of this team. Foxboro boys team, on the other hand, they've been in a bit of a win one, lose one pattern over the last couple of weeks. Losing to Franklin back on the 13th, bouncing back with a win against Oliver Ames, then dropping a decision to Mansfield, a win against Canton, followed by a loss to Sharon and a win in their most recent game to North Attleboro. Victors in that game by a final of 70-47. So again, this is an offense that can pile up the points. So very important for Milford to take advantage of this early offensive momentum, as we are now back out of the timeout. Lowy tries for the quick bounce pass ahead to Carnino. Still 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this first quarter. Now here's Dwight Anderson. He drives baseline, a little floater, and Milford has had some good touch around the rim in this first quarter so far. 9-2 the early score. Now it's Lowy. Lowy the bucket and the chance for the three-point play. So Lowy responsible for all of the early Foxboro scoring. And drains the free throw. 9-5 now the score. Bit of a dangerous pass to Anderson, but he's able to reel it in. Trying to work Kibbe again out on the wing. Tamani handling, defended by Alex Dubrow. And now here's Kibbe, knocks down the two. Five early points for Kibbe. You have to imagine this has been a frustrated Milford offense at times. Their high water mark in scoring this season was 62 points that they scored in a win against North Attleboro back on December 16th. That was, of course, the game in which Nate Davila knocked down two free throws with no time left on the clock in the fourth quarter to give Coach Seaver his first win as a head coach. And missing the free throw was Lowy. 11-6 the score in a swift-moving first quarter to this point. Still 4 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Kibbe to inbound from beyond the Foxboro sideline area. Croto out to Kibbe. Kibbe pass nearly broken up to Tamani, but he's able to get to it. Try to free up Anderson. Croto takes the jumper. Some good shooting early on for the Scarlet Hawks. 4 players on the score sheet so far in this first quarter. Kibbe leading the way with 5 points, a long-range three let go by Mark Clegg, but clanks off the rim. Tamani again guarded closely. 15 seconds left on the shot clock as they swing it around to Brian Kibbe and then get it back outside to Anderson, who drives inside, can't finish, gets his own rebound, and the second chance points. Anderson 4 early points and 15 points already in this first quarter from Milford. Clegg trying to create some space, getting to the bucket. Milford as a team coming into this game scoring an average of 49 points per game. Foxboro, on the other hand, coming in scoring an average of 60.9 points per game. So much more high-octane offense on the visitors' bench, but Milford knocking down shots here in the first quarter. 3:12 to go as Mark Flagg operates from the free throw line. The crowd tries to act as the sixth man. (15-8) the score now. Zigzagging passes up the floor. It frees up Anderson from three-point range. No good. Croto able to grab the offensive rebound and put it home. Foxboro calling another timeout. So again, taking a look at the early scoring, 4 points so far in this first quarter for Arquilano, 4 points for Dwight Anderson, 4 points for Alex Croto, and 5 for Brian Kibbe. It all totals up to a 17-8 early lead for Milford. And the fans are into it. We'll be back with more next here on Milford TV. Foxboro coming back out of the timeout, looking for some answers here as the Scarlet Hawks have really seized the early momentum. Foxboro trying to use their size inside. They do certainly appear to have a length advantage inside, but Milford able to grab the steal. Kibbe able to come up with it, but the pass ahead a little too strong. It ends up out of bounds, and Foxboro takes over possession. Alex Dubrow bringing it up the floor. Still a 17-8 score as we are ticking down to the final 2 minutes of this opening quarter of play. Bringing you coverage of Milford High School athletics here on Milford TV. We've had quite a full slate of high school athletics during this winter sports season. Milford trying to muscle for the rebound. It looks like Coach Seaver this time calling the timeout. We've had an opportunity to bring you now a couple of basketball games over the course of the season for both boys and girls basketball. We've also been covering just about every home game for the Scarlet Hawks hockey team this year. We had a very strong first half of the season. They're in the midst of a losing streak, trying to break out this weekend with a couple of tough division games. Still within a playoff spot as of right now in their season. And we've also added Milford High School wrestling to our sports repertoire this season. Covered a number of meets here late in the season, most recently covering the wrestling team's senior night, which took place earlier this week, again against Foxboro. And all of our Milford High School athletics coverage can be viewed on the educational channel. We also have full games up for viewing on our YouTube channel, that is My Milford TV. All our sports are very conveniently located in the Milford TV Sports playlist. Back to live action here on the court. Milford fighting for it inside. It was Caden Kelly, who is a new addition to this varsity team since we were last here. We covered Milford's game against Attleboro earlier on in the season. Since then, Caden Kelly, Andrew Fraioli, both added to the varsity squad. And right now, Kelly at the line. And that one rolls through, much to the delight of the crowd. Ups Milford's lead to an even 10 points. Can't make the second. 18-8 the score, under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Good movement on this possession for Foxboro. They can't get the roll around the rim. Now the block from Kelly, And Kibbe's able to come up with the loose ball. He gets it ahead to Tamani. Kicks it out to Dwight Anderson for three, and he knocks it down. Up to 7 points now in this first quarter for Dwight Anderson. The quick feed inside to Cam Seeley. It still has not quieted this crowd. Milford 21 points in the first with still 60 seconds to go. Kibbe saves that pass from going out of bounds. Now the shot from Croteau is good. 6 points now in the first for Alex Croteau. 40 seconds to go in what has been a very entertaining first quarter. Seeley again sneaks inside for two more. 23-12. A few seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. As now Croteau shoots from three-point range. That one's short. Croteau's been feeling it in this first quarter, as have all of these Scarlet Hawks players. Now the three-point shot from Foxboro, no good. Anderson scoops up the quick rebound, now given away. They try for the block. The quick hands from Alex Dubrow. He was able to come up with the steal, and now he will go to the free throw line. So Dubrow giving up a lot in size to the two Milford players. He gets fouled, now heads to the free throw line. Too strong on the first attempt. Just 1.8 seconds left on the clock. And Dubrow is able to rattle the second one home. As time expires, the shot very close from Zach Tamani, just off the front of the rim, and that is how the first quarter comes to an end. What an opening quarter of play for the Milford Scarlet Hawks. They take an early 10-point advantage over Foxboro, 23-13 the score. More to come right after this here on Milford TV. On to quarter number two in this Davenport Division showdown between Milford and Foxboro. Milford out to the early 23-13 lead. No doubt these Milford players wanted that time in between periods to go as quickly as possible. As now Foxboro's called for the travel. Milford in the zone through those first 8 minutes. Dwight Anderson leading the way with 7 points, 6 for Alex Croteau, 5 for Brian Kibbe, 4 for Sean Arquilano, and 1 for Caden Kelly. That one came at the free throw line as now Milford gives it away. And again, Foxboro turns it over. As we said, Foxboro's been kind of going back and forth between wins and losses over the last couple of weeks. Right now back on their heels, and they haven't yet quite found an answer for what Milford has shown them offensively. Kibbe now called for the travel. Did not like the call. Foxboro gets it back inside. Did not see any points through the opening minute of play here in the second quarter. Still a 23-13 score. Seeley loses control of the pass. This will be Milford basketball. And Alex Croteau splits the cheerleaders as he sends the ball back in play from this near sideline. Bad communication between Tamani and Kibbe as he let that bounce pass go. A lot of turnovers on both sides so far here in the second quarter. quick stoppage here. Not sure what the call was. Foxboro inbounding from in front of their own sidelines, and now bad feed looking towards the near corner for Rob Lowy. So it's been back and forth with turnovers in the early minutes of the second quarter, and still no points. Now Dimitri Torres into the game. Isaiah Washington also checking in. Alex Croteau looking to go strong to the basket. The ball ends up out of play off of Foxboro. Torres now calling the play. He drives inside, has his shot blocked, grabs his own rebound. Now out to Croteau. Croteau can't find a lane inside. The shot clock winding down. Torres needing to put it up, instead opts for the pass, and it's picked off. So Milford trying to finesse a little too much on that possession, and they don't even end up getting a shot away. So again, we tick on in the second quarter with no points. It was 23-13 when the first quarter came to an end. Scoreboard frozen right there. Nate Davila seeing some of his first minutes as well, so Coach Seaver going heavy to his bench. They wave off the shot, they call the travel. Sealy doesn't like it. Torres very vocal out there, running the point. And now Isaiah Washington called for the travel, so not sure when we're going to see points in the second quarter, but we've certainly seen a lot of turnovers. Kibbe trying to come up from behind to get the steal. 5:20 to go in the half. Strong pass hits Sealy, but now losing control of the basketball was Rob Lowy. They'll say it stays with Foxboro. The fans disagree. It looks like Coach Seaver also disagrees. A shot off the inbounds pass, no good. Foxboro with the offensive rebound. They can't hold on, and Torres gets the steal. Up ahead to Kibbe. Kibbe takes the shot over everything. Rebound goes to Andrew Block. A good basketball name if you've ever heard one. Back up the floor we go. Here's Davila. He gets fouled on the way up. The shot doesn't fall, but he'll head to the line. And we are almost to the midway point of the second quarter, and we still have not seen a bucket. We'll see if Davila can change that now from the free throw line. Not on the first shot attempt. And there it is. The cheer goes up from the crowd. 1 for 2 on the trip to the free throw line for Davila. 24-13, Milford leading it. The shot from three-point range, no good. Washington can't settle down the rebound. Another chance for Foxboro, but an emphatic block out of play by Alex Croteau. Rejecting the shot from the Warriors. And this crowd eating up everything they are seeing out on the floor from this Scarlet Hawks basketball team, and it's been an inspired effort here in the first half. Deep three taken by Foxboro. Mark Clagg trying to silence the crowd with a nice three. Cuts the lead down to single digits. Quick pass to Croteau. Two-point range, no good. Isaiah Washington with the rebound, now out from three. Late contact after the release, no foul called. The shot no good. Milford still with just 1 point to show for the second quarter with 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Foxboro drives baseline, they kick it out to three-point range. It's Clegg again. Back-to-back threes knocked down from Foxboro. Now their offense coming to life. And it's down to a 5-point advantage now for Milford as their offense has really dried up all of a sudden here in the second. Torres takes the three, it rattles in, and that brings the crowd right back to life. Dimitri Torres answers back. Falling out of bounds, Foxboro able to get the pass away. Trying to get their outside shooting going, it's Clegg again. This time the shot off the mark. Foxboro gets the offensive rebound. And good from three-point range for Alex Dubrow, 27-22. The offense coming in a hurry now as we're under 3 minutes to go in the half. Davila inside to Washington. The two go back and forth. Now Davila finds some room to the basket but cannot finish. And settling down the loose ball was Gilreath, one of the Foxboro captains. Now trying to go strong to the basket was Dubrow. Tried the reverse lay-in, no good, but he will head to the free throw line. (27-22) the score. Points so far in the second quarter for Foxboro. You can make it an even 10. Only 4 points so far for Milford, which has allowed the Warriors to close the gap. 2:36 to go as Dubrow gets ready for his second shot, makes them both. So down to just a one-possession game. Milford led it by 10 after the first quarter and a good ways into the second quarter. Arquilano back out on the floor. 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. Milford's had a few long possessions in this quarter that have not resulted in points. Here's Croto, his shot short. Kibbe trying to fight for the rebound. Kicks it back outside to Torres, and Milford can reset. And even 2 minutes to go in the half. Kelly to Arquilano from three, knocks it down. 7 points in the game now for Sean Arquilano. Milford needed that. Foxboro trying to find some open space on the wing. 1:39 to go in the half. And the bounce pass inside, stolen by Arquilano. Ahead to Kibbe. Kibbe loses his balance but is able to get the pass away to Dimitri Torres. And it looks like Coach Seaver calls the timeout. So we will step aside for the timeout as well. Getting close to halftime here. It's a 30-24 lead for Milford. They will have the ball when we return next here on Milford TV. Alex Kibbe gets the basketball back on the court with less than 90 seconds to go until halftime. Torres bottled up right at center court, but they're able to feed Croto inside. He snuck behind the defense and gets the bucket. Croto up to 8 points. The lead back up to 8 for Milford. As we are about to see the final 60 seconds of the half unfold. High arcing three-point shot from Foxboro, no good. Good defense by Mark Clegg, nearly knocks the ball loose. And it looks like they're going to call the foul against Milford. questionable call, but Dubrow gets the ball inbounds. The Milford defense falls asleep. It allows a clean look from three-point range. Foxboro can't get it. But in there to scoop up the second chance points was Lowy. And he will have a chance for a three-point play. So it looked like Milford had retaken the momentum, but now Foxboro here with a late push with 48.8 seconds to go. Can't knock down the free throw. Both sides wrestling for that loose ball. It ended up out of play. Last touch by Foxboro, so it allows Torres to bring it up the floor. Arquilano now hustling to the basket, tries to kick it back outside, but it ends up right in the hands of Dubrow. Dimitri Torres back there defensively, and he's able to draw the charge. Excellent play by Torres. He got back there in a hurry, set his feet, and drew the offensive foul. 30 seconds to go, just over a second difference between shot clock and game clock. And now Foxboro able to get the steal. Torres trying to get back there defensively. Instead, it's blocked from behind by Brian Kibbe. And the big plays just keep on coming for Milford. The fans starting to come to their feet. The final 13 seconds about to tick down. Milford looking to play for the final shot. Kibbe back outside to Arquilano. Now back to Kibbe from three. Fouled from beyond three-point range. He will head to the line. Just 3.2 seconds left. 3 free throws coming up for Brian Kibbe. It's a 6-point lead right now for Milford. As Kibbe knocks down the second. One more free throw to go. Two for three, ups the lead to 8. Here are the final seconds. Dubrow lets it go and knocks it down from half court. And in a wild up and down the floor kind of first half, it seems only fitting that a shot like that is how the half comes to an end. An exclamation point provided by Alex Dubrow and the Foxboro Warriors, but nonetheless, what a terrific first half of basketball for the Milford Scarlet Hawks. They take a 34-29 lead into the locker room, and we can only hope that the second half brings the same kind of energy. We will step aside for now. We'll have the start of the third quarter when we return here on coverage of Milford High School Athletics on Milford TV. Back in the Milford High School Gymnasium for second half action between the Scarlet Hawks and the visiting Foxboro Warriors. Tim Coet on the call for Milford High School Athletics on Milford TV. Foxboro trying to bottle up. Zach Tamani right at center court called for the foul. They could not believe it. Kibbe now having a chance to inbound from just beyond our position here. Just beyond the basketball court here on the near side. Tamani getting the offense set out there along with Croto, Arquilano, Anderson, and Kibbe. That is the 5 on the floor for the Scarlet Hawks. Here's Croto, his shot off the side of the rim. He gets his own rebound and knocks it in. And this crowd has been ravenous for action all day long. Many of the people in this crowd have been here since earlier in the evening to take in the girls' game. (36-29) now. Foxboro called for the foul, and Dubrow putting up the shot afterwards. Fortunate to not take some sort of delay of game penalty. Here's Anderson, baseline. Shot no good. Able to put up a second shot after grabbing the rebound, but neither goes through. Now the shot on the move and taking a beating after on the floor was Clegg. Arquilano hands off to Tamani. Puts it back, swings it around to Anderson. Now Arquilano from three, just off the front of the rim. Tamani able to jar the ball loose, gets the steal. Here's Tamani to the basket, and it rolls in. Took a couple of bounces off the back iron. It's Tamani's first points of the night. And now timeout called. We will have a special cheer from the cheerleading squad. More action right after this. Nice work by the cheerleaders. I was told during halftime that cheer was for the SOAR initiative here at Milford High School. Nice job done by the Milford High School cheerleading squad as both of these basketball squads talk things over. A 38-31 lead for the Scarlet Hawks. They have led so far for this entire game. They led by an even 10 after the first quarter, led by 5 at halftime. The lead's 7 right now. Milford with the basketball out of the timeout now. Here's Anderson. Spots up from three-point range. The shot doesn't fall. Looks like they called the foul on Arquilano. .544 to go in the third quarter. Kibbe guarding against Alex Dubrow. Quick pass into the corner, now back out around. They pass around the perimeter, trying to work inside to Lowy, but Lowy commits the travel and he tosses up the hands. Both of these teams have not always been in agreement with the officiating. Still a 7-point lead for Milford. Nate Davila back into the game. He takes the three-point shot off the side of the rim. Rebound goes to Lowy. And now quickly up the floor, the reverse lay-in, good. Derek Gilreath with his first points of the game. And now the lead down to 5, but Kibbe answers back with 2. Up to 9 points in the game now for Brian Kibbe, one of the captains, along with Croto and Anderson. And another traveling violation for Foxboro, and you can see the frustration starting to show at times for the Warriors. Clegg slapping that ball down hard on the court. Anderson gets it into Tamani. 4:36 to go in the third quarter. Again, they swing it into the corner for Davila. He passes up the shot. They get it back to him again. This time he takes it. And again off the mark, but Croteau reaches up and pulls it down. Milford draws the foul. Tamani to inbound with a fresh shot clock. All the way out to Dwight Anderson. This team really sharing the load offensively tonight. Now here's Anderson from three, just can't get it to roll through. Out of bounds, last touched by Foxboro. Milford extending this possession. Looking to cash in now with points as Anderson gets it into Tamani and outside now to Kibbe. He pulls up for the shot, just kind of levitated there in midair until he could get the one-handed shot away, and it goes through. Now Foxboro's shot off the mark. It's 4 points so far in the third quarter for Brian Kibbe. Foxboro all kinds of chances here under the basket. Still can't connect, but they collect the rebound again. And now Milford with possession, so a great defensive stand. Foxboro all kinds of opportunities. Coach Gibbs for Foxboro not at all liking the call, giving Milford the basketball. The student section on their feet right now for Milford. Foxboro able to get the steal and a nice move to the basket for Clegg. Foxboro getting a little angry here as the third quarter goes along. 42-35 now the score. This has been a great atmosphere all game long. Both teams playing with a high level of intensity. Milford turns it over here. The Scarlet Hawks leading by 7. Kibbe, the lone man guarding that inbounds pass. Everyone else up the floor set defensively. The shot for Foxboro misses, and the ricochet goes right into the waiting hands of Kibbe. Davila looking for that three-point shot, trying to get into rhythm. 2:34 to go in the quarter. Again, they feed Davila. They want him to get comfortable in that spot. Shot clock winding down. Kibbe goes down hard, and he is hurt. Trying to get to his feet now. And the officials will call timeout. The shot misses. No call, no foul call. And it looks like Kibbe's going to shake it off. It was away from the play, but you could certainly hear the sound of Kibbe going down. He went down very hard, but he stays on the floor. Foxboro now with the ball. Dubrow handling, they swing it around. Davila active in the passing lane. And they hand it off to Dubrow. Looks like they're going to call the foul against Dwight Anderson. I think you can tell on the sidelines that Coach Seaver is sniffing potentially a third win on the season for his team. He is very energized. The lead is back down to 5, under 2 minutes to play. Here's Croteau, his shot over everything. Foxboro quickly able to get to the defensive rebound. Chance to cut it to one possession. A good defense inside, combination of Croteau and Anderson. Here's Tamani, gives way to Kibbe. His shot is good. Up to 6 points in the quarter for Kibbe. 44-37 the lead. Coming down to the final minute of the third quarter. Long three taken by Foxboro, no good. Kibbe with the rebound, long leading pass to Tamani. He goes to the basket, can't get the bounce. 53 seconds to go as Alex Dubrow quickly takes it up the floor, and a nice pass. Good vision ahead to Cam Seeley, who grabs his first point since the first quarter. And back to a 5-point margin. Tamani will slow it down a bit. Too much time on the clock for Milford to play for the last shot. Here's Davila, he'll take it from 3-point range. Off the front of the rim. The foul is called, stopping the clock with 19.3 seconds. Caden Kelly will check back into the game. Kibbe pleading his case as he was called for that foul. Foxboro gets it in. Here's Dubrow. The no-look pass outside for three, knocked down by Mark Clagg. He's up to 6 points in the half, and now it's just a 2-point lead for Milford. The final 5 seconds ticking down. Here's Tamani. His shot is blocked, and that will end the third quarter. Foxboro throws it from all the way across court, but it was after the buzzer had sounded, so not the way that Milford would have wanted that quarter to come to an end. But it is anybody's game now, 44-42. It all comes down to these final 8 minutes of play, which you will watch unfold next here on Milford TV. Just 8 minutes left to go in this basketball game, and it has been some kind of game here in the Milford gym tonight. Milford and Foxboro. Milford has led the whole way. Foxboro a chance now to take their first lead on that shot, and they do. So Clagg gets the three-pointer to bring it to 2, and now gets the three-pointer that gives Foxboro their first lead of the game here on the first shot of the fourth quarter, now 45-44. Milford, again, pleading their case that that was tipped by Foxboro going on a play. You could see every player on the floor motioning for it. Both officials talking it over. But it will stay Foxboro basketball, so momentum has been shifting in the Warriors' favor here towards the end of the third quarter and now into this fourth. So Milford's going to have to really dig deep here if they want to pull out a victory. They led the whole way, but now trailing for the first time by a point. But Foxboro with the ball, they let it go from three-point range again. The three-pointer's lethal here in the second half for Foxboro. That's Andrew Block, his first points of the game, and it's a big three-pointer. And now another steal. Here's Dubrow. He takes it to the basket and in, and a big-time run here for the Warriors. Kibbe answers with 2 to the basket. It's a 4-point lead for Foxboro. They've really found a rhythm. Anderson trying to break up that pass. But count the points for Cam Seeley. So this is going to be quite a battle here in the fourth quarter. This has been like a heavyweight fight, and this is where both fighters really just empty the tank in the late rounds. Dishing blow after blow, 52-48. Foxboro with the 4-point lead still. On the long feed inside, Milford commits the foul, sending Derek Gilreath to the free throw line. Free throws will certainly play a factor here in the fourth quarter. It has been a max effort game for the Milford Scarlet Hawks since the opening tip. You have to wonder if that's going to take its toll just from an energy standpoint here in the fourth quarter. How much do these players have left? Gilreath knocks down his first free throw. Ups the lead to 5. And now to 6 as that bounces through. It's been 12 quick points already in the fourth quarter for Foxboro, by far their best stretch of scoring. On a 12-4 run to open up this fourth quarter. Now Anderson gets the steal, takes it to the basket, and gets the shot, and now the timeout called right afterwards. And that was the first points for Dwight Anderson, believe it or not, since all the way back in the first quarter. He led the team in scoring in that first quarter with 7 points, but just his first bucket since then, so up to 9. It has been Kibbe who has been the standout offensively. 17 points in the game for Brian Kibbe, the captain. 10 points for Alex Croteau on the night. 7 points for Sean Arquilano. It is Foxboro leading this game by 4. And you can see the entire coaching staff for Milford right now on the sidelines, very animated. Milford desperate for a victory, hoping that one will come here tonight. As again, you take a look through Milford's schedule this season, that last win coming on December 28th. It has been a 10-game losing streak since then. Losses to Canton, Sharon. This Foxboro team back on January 9th. A loss to Attleboro, Stoughton, Hopedale, Taunton, Oliver Ames, Canton, and most recently Franklin. Hoping to get back on the winning track tonight, but it's now going to have to be a comeback after leading for 3 of these quarters. Here's Kibbe to the basket and in, and the foul, a chance for a 3-point play. And the emotion spilling out on the floor for the Hawks, calling for the crowd to stay engaged. Kibbe a chance now to cut it to 1. And right on cue, the fans rising in a cheer and now quieting down for the free throw. And there it is for Kibbe. Kibbe 7 points in this fourth quarter alone, and the lead is 1. And now almost getting the steal on the other side of the floor, but Clegg is able to get the shot. Now 5 points for Mark Clegg here in the fourth. Dimitri Torres back into the game now, running the point. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Still a 1-possession game. Croteau goes to the basket, cuts it to 1. That's Croteau's first bucket here in the fourth. His offense quieting down. He had 8 points in the first half. That's just his second bucket here in the second half as Dubrow tries to put up the shot. Ball goes out of play. He wanted the foul. Has a smile on his face going up the floor. Didn't like the non-call. Croteau's shot off the mark. Here's Dubrow again. And this time, Dubrow gets his way as the foul goes against Dimitri Torres. Four minutes and 15 seconds left in this game, 56-55. Foxboro with the lead and the basketball. Dubrow trying to shake Kibbe, gets around Anderson, now shoots it back outside. They're trying to free up Clegg from three-point range again. He's been very good from that distance in the second half. Instead, it's Dubrow, and he knocks it down from 3. 5 points for Alex Dubrow here in the second half, the junior guard. Here's Kibbe, his shot short. Croteau trying to fight for the rebound, but It settles into the hands of Andrew Block. Time starting to wind down, 3:26 to go. Milford needs to stay strong on the defensive side. Able to get inside position was Rob Lowy, his first bucket here in the quarter. And all of a sudden it's up to a 6-point lead for Foxboro. Here's Anderson from 3, just can't get the bounce. But it stays Milford ball. And that's big, 3:02 to go. Milford can't afford to go empty-handed on the offensive side of the floor. Croteau trying to work inside. Crowd suddenly getting quiet. Croteau's shot misses and Foxboro settles down the rebound. Getting to be gut check time now for Milford. Trying to use their size inside. They can't get the shot. And a big rebound pulled down by Kelly. 2:33 to play now. Torres to Anderson. Foxboro commits the foul. That resets the shot clock, just 2:25 to go. The lead is 6 for Foxboro. Here's Anderson. Through traffic, he can't muscle it in, and Foxboro pulls down the rebound. And what has been a sensational game here for Milford. Time is starting to run out, down by 6 points. Foxboro running down the shot clock, trying to eat up as much time as they can. The shot blocked. Milford taking control, but losing it at center court. And that devastating. And now inside, Andrew Block. And now just 90 seconds to go, and Croteau gets the basket, but it may be too little too late at this point. 63 to 57. A 6-point lead for Foxboro. We will step aside for this timeout. Can Milford pull off a major comeback here in the end? We will find out next here on Milford TV. Milford trails by 6 with less than 90 seconds left in this basketball game. They cannot allow Foxboro to score here if they want to have a chance, but Foxboro winding down the clock, just 1:12 to go. Milford called for the foul. It may have been Kibbe. It was hard to see from this vantage point. Now the inside move and the bucket for Rob Lowy. He has 4 points in this quarter, up to an 8-point lead for Foxboro with 60 seconds to go. Here's Kibbe's shot off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Foxboro, and this will just about do it. Milford opting not to foul. And now they foul with 45.1 seconds to go. And I mentioned it earlier, it was going to be interesting to see, especially with how the end of the third quarter into the beginning of the fourth quarter went. Would Milford have the energy left with just the all-out nature in which they've played really from the beginning of this game? Would that catch up to them here in this fourth quarter? And it seems like maybe that is what happened. Foxboro was able to seize the early momentum, getting a 3-point shot to open this fourth quarter that gave them just their first lead of the night. And they've been able to maintain a high level of play on the offensive side of the floor. And for Milford, just looking like they ran out of gas here in the end. Such a shame after Some inspired play for the Scarlet Hawks tonight. Sean Arquilano checking back into the game here for the final 35.9 as Nate Davila goes to the bench. Alex Dubrow to the line. And now all of a sudden it's a 10-point lead for Foxboro. And Dubrow knocks down both free throws, upping the lead to 11. So certainly the complexion of this game here in the end will not reflect what kind of basketball game it was, as Dwight Anderson is able to knock down the three, and Milford immediately calls the timeout afterwards. So 5 points now in this fourth quarter for Anderson. He has 12 in the game. It makes it an 8-point game with just seconds left to go. Coach Seaver would really have to pull out a comeback for the ages here as he talks things over with his team, orchestrating how these final seconds are going to go down. Milford quickly back out on the court, while Foxboro still talks things over on their sidelines. Still 17 seconds to go in the timeout. As now both sides retake the floor. It's 25.2 seconds left on the game clock. Milford with a full court press, but Dubrow's able to swing his way around Alex Croteau to get up the floor. Milford fans wanting the travel call, but instead Milford commits the foul. Arquilano with the foul. And now more free throws for Dubrow, a chance to put it right back to a double-digit lead with 18.6 left. Dubrow now 5 for 5 from the free throw line, and you can make it a perfect 6 for 6. 70-60 as Kibbe fights his way through to the basket, but does not finish. In the final 10 seconds now about to tick down. Here's Dubrow, he's fouled by Caden Kelly. And you can see particularly on the face of Brian Kibbe, this team felt like they had a win within their grasp here tonight, and unfortunately, things got away from them here in this fourth quarter. It was a party-like atmosphere here in the gym for much of the night. These fans really loving what they saw. Kibbe, Croteau, and Arquilano now all going to the bench, getting a standing ovation from this crowd. A terrific effort from that group from start to finish here on senior night, and Dubrow with the steal here to put a final period on what was a great come-from-behind victory for the Foxboro Warriors, who trailed this game for 3 full quarters. They were able to seize the lead with the first shot here in the fourth. And a very strong performance here in the fourth quarter, scoring 28 points in this fourth quarter. Quite a turnaround for Foxboro. And they were able to win this game by a final score of 70-60. So the Foxboro teams come to Milford here tonight and sweep this doubleheader. The girls with the victory earlier tonight, and now the boys for Foxboro with the victory here tonight. But you really have to credit the effort, really, of both Milford teams we saw here tonight in this doubleheader, but especially in this game for the boys. You could really see they came out locked in the first quarter, had a great performance, scoring 23 points in that first quarter. Led most of the way, but just ran out of gas in the end. But a tip of the cap to Milford. What an effort here tonight. but unfortunately it's an effort that comes up a little bit short in the end. But that will do it for our coverage here tonight. A big thank you to Joey Marcello, who operated camera for both of the games we covered here tonight in this doubleheader. And I am Tim Coet. Your final score one final time tonight. Milford loses a heartbreaker to Foxboro by a final score of 70-60. This has been a presentation of Milford High School Athletics here on Milford TV. So long, everybody.